what decisions you're making. You just choose a direction. And
well, you don't know what decisions you're making in this, but
but at the same time, it says, do you want to do this one thing or do you want to do this other thing? Whereas Dragon's Lair, you just press a direction and hope that that's the right direction.
Oh, I see. I see.
If it's not, you die. You know.
Yeah, you're right.
When you're right, you're not wrong.
And when you're wrong and you're not right, you fucked that all up. Okay.
No,
what do you think? I'm gonna there's not much to talk about this.
I recommend it.
We don't want to spoil anything. That's why I don't really want to go on too much about this.
That's the only thing.
Do you think that Netflix should experiment with more things like this as long as the writing and execution is as good as this Bandersnatch movie?
I think that filmmakers who think that this is right for the film that they're making should experiment with this. I think if Netflix has some great ideas, then maybe they should explore their options. But I don't think that anyone should just say, let's make Full House or Choose Your Adventure. You know, like, I think that like Black Mirror did this very well. And I'm interested to see how other people can do something in this vein. It doesn't necessarily need to be one of those things that just gets added to a bunch of franchises now, you know?
You think that Thomas the Train would execute well on this?
I don't know. It depends how creative their directors are. So,
okay.
On the same coin here, I just want to mention that Will Poulter.
Do you think the Boss Baby would do very well with this format?
Shut the fuck up. So Will Poulter, you know who Will Poulter is? He played It. He played one of the main characters in this film.
Yeah, you're talking about the guy who played Colin. Are you about to go on a social media thing? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah.
So he left Twitter because I guess there's backlash. Like, how can there be backlash?
I don't know. And were they talking shit about his appearance or something like that? Like, what were they doing to harass him?
I have no idea.
This is our second harassment on social media topic of the night, which is crazy because we don't really talk about that. I don't think enough on this cast.
Notice here that this is a film linked to gaming. So this is more harassment from the gaming community. And I don't know why gamers are like this. When I tell someone I play games, they go, "Oh, you're a gamer." I go, "Don't call me that." Like, I'm not a Dorito chugging, Mountain Dew boofing fucking gamer. So this is another case of harassment, and this is a film based on gaming, and now an actor is being harassed. I can't fathom what the backlash could be for this film. I just can't even fucking fathom it. Like, what is it? Maybe I should look into this, but honestly, like, it's not even about that. At this point, it's not even about what the backlash is about. It's about, like, what the fuck could you possibly be mad about? And this is why when I tell people, you know, like, "Oh, you play games?" "Yeah, I play games." "Oh, you're a gamer?" "No, I'm not a gamer. I don't want to be associated with the type of people, like that toxic fucking person you think about."
Here's the thing. Like, I wonder how much of an asshole I was growing up, because I know I was an asshole. I think I've, like, calmed the fuck down finally over the last couple of years. But I was a real big dick. Like, I really think, like, I probably wouldn't like the person that I was, like, even 10 years ago. Oh, shit, no, definitely 10 years ago. Sorry, I forgot how old I was. Even, like, probably 5 years ago, I probably don't like that person that much.
Good.
I'm like, always, I feel like, growing as a person.
You're still a piece of shit.
I'm a little bit late to the fucking game. Of course, I'm a piece of shit, but I just mean, like, when it comes to, like, being mean or picking on somebody, I feel like I finally realized, why would you not just be just nicer? Just be more chill to everybody. So, what does it hurt?
Yeah.
Fuck it, right? And so my problem is, like, I see all this harassment, and I'm like, man, would I have done that when I was a teenager? I don't fucking think I would have, but I don't remember how much of a prick I was exactly. Either way, it's fucking horrible. And, like, I look at it, I'm just like, how are these people just so toxic in harassing others online, or behind a fucking keyboard, too?
I think it's a lack of direction and purpose. Like, why else would you go on the internet and harass someone to the point where they leave a platform? And this person has better things to do, and you've still gotten through to them to the point where they're like, I'm leaving. You know? Like, that's a big part of people's careers these days is social media.
Yeah. Well, it's a huge part of our career.
And they're cutting it out of their career because of you.
I was kidding. It's not a huge part of our career, but we probably should have
Well,
a
it
bigger
should
social
be,
media
but we really suck at it.
Yeah, well, yeah, you're not wrong about that. I know, I get it. I don't want to talk too much on that. It's not really about
And I think
this topic isn't about
I still
that,
think
but
that's
like
important,
that,
especially because this is the second topic in one episode, and this wasn't even
About
originally what we
harassment,
wanted to talk about for this, But
I get it. I'm just saying we have to move
right,
along.
you're right,
I'm not
you're right,
saying
you're
it's
right,
not
you're
an
right,
important topic, but very important. I hope to see him back. It's not like he's going to be back on at some point, but people calm the fuck down and shut the fuck up.
CDS,
literally
TFU.
CDS TFU all the fucking time.
Please.
Hey, you want to play the song for him real quick?
Yeah.
There we go. We all like to complain about whatever we see. It's just a way of life, but it don't need to be. So gather around Genies and grab a cup so you can calm down and shut the fuck up.
Just take our advice.
Yeah. We're not even doing a segment of
People like to
shut the fuck up.
complain
We're just,
about the thing that they see.
yeah, that's not. Nope. That's not how it was. Don't fucking mimic my fucking song, my little jingle.
So you can calm down and shut the fuck up. Calm down, shut the fuck up.
I hate you so much. Continue on to the next topic, please, you piece of shit.
Here we go. You know what? Just because you called me a piece of shit, this is your segment. No, never mind. I know about this one.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know about this shit as much as you do.
All right. So something on the 1st was announced via Twitter, and I'm sure other platforms as well, but the only one I use is Twitter. So what was this guy's name?
I'll take over the topic if you can't fucking handle being the responsible podcaster and not burping people's fucking ear.
I'm not necessarily in their ear. We don't know that I'm in their ear.
Wait, are we talking about physically or sexually?
Sexually. On the 1st of January, so on New Year's Day, a guy named Rami Ismail, Rami Ismail, Ismail, he is at THA_RAMI on Twitter if you're interested in checking him out. He announced a new game launcher that every single day gives you a different little game to play. And it's called Meditations. He put it on here as meditations.games. So if you're interested in something like that, go ahead and download the launcher. Now,
I did it. I downloaded that launcher. You know what happened with me?
Huh?
My dick blew off on that. Well, nope. Continue.
Just blew off. All right.
That's it. I was going to say, remember what we used to say?
What did we used to say?
It's so stupid. This is like our dumb, immature gaming days. You don't have to keep this on here, but we used to say, I just laugh because it's so stupid. Here we go. I will say it as a gentleman. My dick blew off from farting naked.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, I used to say it all the time.
All right. So anyway, so I'm gonna read his tweet because it explains it in as few words as possible because I'm sure he reworked this to fit into the character limit here. He said, "One morning in 2017, I played a short game that made me wish I had a new tiny game like it for every day of the year. So for all of 2018, I've asked hundreds of devs to make a small game. This launcher will serve you a new little game every day. Meditations.games. Meditations will launch you a new game every day, inspired by that day, only on that day. There's all sorts of games in here, from curious small puzzle games and challenging little platformers to personal games about life and loss and happiness and love and death and everything. If you like any day's meditation, I would very much appreciate it if you tweeted or talked about it using meditation.games with a hashtag. January 1st meditation is Temptress by Takori at Takorii, the game that started this whole idea. It mesmerized me back in 2017, and I hope you enjoy it too." So basically, I mean, that's it in a nutshell. That's
And it summed it up
very
nicely. So good job. Hey, sure. You got to actually read some shit today.
Well, yeah, I'm a much better
I let you
reader.
like stretch. Okay, I'm gonna stop giving you compliments if you just turn them into fucking insults. You fucking dickhead.
You're so emotional. I have so many emotional people in my life.
Hey, guess what? Acting yet again.
Wow,
I am
you weren't
fucking
crying?
actor. I'm an actor.
What?
Are you kidding me?
I don't believe you. I can't believe that. You were crying.
I was not. I was not.
You had to have been.
I was absolutely fucking not.
Wow.
Continue.
Okay. So basically, he was posting, and of course, you're going to, I read through the thread, get lots of questions from people asking certain things. But one question that caught my attention was how the credits work for all of these developers. So it turns out that the credits, the developer themselves for the day only get credited on that day. And then the next day you get the credit for the next dev, right? But his plan is that at the end of the year, he'll put out a list of everyone who worked on this. And then they'll get all their credits at the same time. And kind of a conversation opened up about whether that was good or bad for the people who worked on it. And his response was basically, there are devs who are on this who don't want to be credited ahead of time because they have certain schedules and deadlines that they're meeting for other projects that they're working on. And then a lot of people came back with this kind of point that, well, there are a lot of people on there who need this exposure year round. I mean, these people are going to have to wait an entire year to really get some visibility. And I'm sure that...
here's the thing. You say this, but if somebody plays... I get that you can only... But here's the thing. You can only play the game for one day, right?
Right.
Only one day.
Right.
So no one's going to... So somebody's not going to remember, like, oh, yeah, 30 days ago,
right?
What was that fucking... They're not even remember the fucking game. If they play that game, it tells them right then, in the moment. Then if they're really into it and they really like what that developer's doing, search them on the motherfucking Googles, as normal motherfuckers would. And then, you will have a relationship, I'm not saying like sexually, with that developer, but you will at least have in your mind, you're like, okay, I remember that developer now, and I remember that game, because you've done the effort.
Right.
That's what this should be about. Right? I mean, because I get what you're saying. Like, why don't developers always have a game and, developer listed? I'm sure somebody is making a spreadsheet with the Meditations game, right?
Yeah.
Like games that they've released. So I see what you're saying, but how about you CDS TFU?
Well, for instance, what if I was one of those developers? Because, like, I'm working on things. So, like, what if my game was on there and my day comes and goes, and it's like 7 months in when no one really gives a shit anymore, and I just...
Okay, first of all, isn't your game about BDSM?
It's not.
Oh. Okay, then never mind. My fucking point is moot.
All that I'm trying to say is that I would get no benefit from this. And I put the work in, right?
Well, are you talking about physically or sexually?
Both.
Okay, also, did you say both or both?
I said both.
With an L. Because that's how it's spelled.
Yeah.
Okay. My whole thing is, it's still not a bad thing. Because this guy is at least... These are all games that have been developed. It's not like he's doing exclusives. At least from my understanding, it doesn't seem like he's doing any like release exclusives. But he's at least giving notoriety to these gamers.
I think these games were made for this. From my understanding, I mean,
no, because remember I told you he released Tetris. What the fuck was it? Not I almost said Tetris like a fucking asshole. Temperis. He's releasing Temperis as the first game.
Right.
He played that game a long time ago.
That's because that was what inspired it. I don't know about the rest of them though. The other 364 games.
I've collected custom-made games by over 350 developers, one for each day.
Custom games that were made for this.
I don't know.
Custom made for this project.
I don't know. I don't feel like I'm too tired to argue this.
All right.
I just want you.
You develop your own opinions. Actually, why don't you head on over to Game Genies Cast at Twitter and let us fucking know for a change.
Whoa!
Why don't you let us motherfucking know what you think?
Whoa!
That might help.
The animosity.
Jesus Christ!
What is that? What is happening? Where is this podcast gone? What have we become? It's an hour and 10 minutes into it. From my calculations, not your editing calculations. So actually, it's an hour and 9 minutes and 30 seconds right now. Whatever your time is listening to this, that's how much bullshit Fred has had to cut.
I feel the genie inside of me.
I don't know what to say. What are you doing, Fred? Were you trying to be like a demon genie that was going to pop out? Like what was the end game there? Because you definitely don't sound like the actual genie that we summon every fucking week.
I know.
Stop using that voice.
Why don't we move on to Games Done Quick?
Okay, so games done quick. You're not familiar with this, are you?
Not at all.